Did you know that the foods you eat every day could be slowly damaging your brain? Today, we're uncovering the top 10 foods you should definitely avoid if you want to stay sharp and focused for years to come. From surprising culprits like MSG to the hidden dangers in everyday staples like sugar, we're going to reveal the truth behind what you might be eating. Stick around until the end because the #1 brain destroyer is something almost everyone consumes daily, and you won't want to miss it. Hit that like button, subscribe, and let's jump in. Food number 10. MSG, monosodium glutamate. Let's kick things off with MSG. This sneaky ingredient is often used to make food taste better. But did you know it can also trick your brain? MSG acts like a natural brain chemical called glutamate, but in much larger quantities. This can overstimulate your brain cells until they burn out, leading to potential long-term damage. Some people are more sensitive to MSG than others. While a tiny amount can make some feel sick, others might not notice anything at all. Check those labels. Manufacturers often hide MSG under names like hydrolyzed protein or yeast extract. It's a small step that can make a big difference. Next up, let's talk about fish. While fish is packed with brain-boosting omega-3s and protein, it's not all good news. Some fish, especially the bigger, longer-living ones, are full of mercury, a toxic metal that messes with your brain's ability to create new connections. This includes fish like swordfish, king mackerel, and tilefish. Even smaller fish like the orange roughy can be a problem because they live so long and build up a lot of mercury. Choose smaller, shorter-lived fish like salmon, sardines, or trout to reduce your mercury intake. Your brain will thank you. Okay, moving on to alcohol. While a glass of wine might seem relaxing, heavy drinking can shrink your brain over time. Alcohol is a neurotoxin that affects your gut, liver, and brain. It can also cause a leaky gut, allowing harmful substances to reach your brain. Drinking in moderation, 1 to 2 drinks a day, doesn't seem to have the same impact, but anything more can be risky. How many drinks do you have a week? Let me know in the comments. And remember, moderation is key. Understanding the gut-brain axis. Have you ever heard of the gut-brain axis? It's the link between your gut and your brain, and it's super important for your mental health. If your gut lining becomes leaky, it can allow bad stuff to get into your bloodstream and eventually to your brain. Keeping your gut healthy is one of the best ways to protect your brain. What's your favorite gut-friendly food? Comment below. On to artificial sweeteners. These are often marketed as a healthier alternative to sugar, but don't be fooled. Aspartame and sucralose can be direct toxins to your brain. In fact, sucralose has recently been linked to DNA damage and a leaky gut, which can mess with the gut-brain axis. The irony? These sweeteners can increase cravings, leading to weight gain and even worse, insulin resistance. Better choice. Try natural sweeteners like stevia or monk fruit instead. They're non-caloric, but don't have the same risks. Now, let's talk about grains, particularly wheat. Grains contain a compound called wheat germ agglutinin, WGA, that can damage your gut lining, leading to, you guessed it, a leaky gut. Plus, they're full of starch, which can spike insulin levels and worsen insulin resistance. If you're aiming to keep your brain sharp, watch your grain intake. Consider switching to gluten-free grains or low-carb alternatives like quinoa or cauliflower rice. Here's a no-brainer: white bread. This refined grain is stripped of nutrients and bleached, making it one of the worst culprits for insulin resistance and poor gut health. It's not just bread. Be mindful of white flour in all processed foods. Swap white bread for whole grain or sprouted bread. You'll get more fiber and nutrients for better overall health. Next up, let's look at nightshade vegetables like eggplant, bell peppers, tomatoes, and potatoes. These contain lectins, which can irritate the gut lining, especially for those with autoimmune issues. For most people, they're nutritious, but if you have a sensitive gut, you might want to reduce or peel and cook them. Do you eat nightshades regularly? Let me know if you've noticed any gut issues. We're getting to the serious stuff now. Trans fats. These fats are in many processed foods and can seriously harm your mitochondria. the energy factories of your cells. They increase oxidative stress and inflammation, which can lead to brain cell death. They also mess with your cell membranes, affecting how your brain functions. Skip anything that says partially hydrogenated on the label. Choose healthy fats like olive oil or avocado instead. Coming in at number 2 is fried foods. They're often made with low-quality oils that are reused, increasing their toxicity. These oils are rich in omega-6 fats, which cause inflammation and boost insulin resistance. Adding insult to injury, fried foods are usually breaded with refined flour, making them even worse. If you love crunchy snacks, try baking with healthier oils like coconut oil or air frying instead. It's a game changer. Finally, let's talk about the number 1 brain destroyer: sugar. Sugar is the leading cause of insulin resistance, which is a huge risk factor for dementia. The combination of glucose and fructose in sugar hits your liver hard, leading to a fatty liver and more insulin resistance. Sugar also feeds the bad bacteria in your gut, throwing off the balance and impacting your brain. Cut down on sugary snacks and drinks. Reach for fresh fruit or a handful of nuts to satisfy your sweet cravings without the sugar spike. If you found this video helpful, hit that like button, share it with friends, and subscribe for more tips to keep your mind and body in peak shape. Don't forget to turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Let's continue living a healthy and happy life together.